Have you ever used a sales script in a conversation with a prospective client, or maybe you're considering using a sales script? Well, in today's video, I want to share with you why I feel you should ditch the sales script and focus on having a true, authentic conversation with your prospective client. So the first thing to take into consideration is that when we have a conversation with somebody, there is a natural ebb and flow to that conversation. We don't speak in full sentences. What actually happens is we speak in broken sentences. I might say 4 words, and then you might say something to me in agreement, and then I might say the next 10 words, and then you interject with something again, and then I might say a few more words, and then you might interject with a question. So a conversation is broken up into very short sentences because there is that natural flow. Now, when we read from a script, unless we know that script inside out and we know it from memory and it really sounds natural, what happens when you read is that your voice starts to become flat. Because, as I said, we speak in broken sentences. We don't speak in paragraphs or long sentences. So your voice becomes flat. And if you're reading out something that's quite long, it can start to feel a little bit stilted. And the person on the receiving end doesn't feel like it's an authentic conversation. They don't feel like you're speaking your truth. They might not be able to articulate that, but they will just know that something isn't right. And that's because you are following a script. And some of my clients come to me and say, oh, but I could buy these, 10 scripts here for £27, and it says you can speak like a Hollywood actor at the end of it. And I say, yeah, but we've got to remember one thing. When a Hollywood actor or a theatre actor has a script and they're having a conversation with somebody, the other person has the other element of the script. So when they say something, they know how to respond. When you have a script, your client, your prospective client, doesn't have the corresponding script. So they don't know when to not say anything, when to interject. They don't know when they should or shouldn't ask a question. So what happens when you're having that conversation and you're reading from a script, and then your client or prospective client turns around and asks a question that's not on your script? What happens then? Because actually it can really throw people off when that happens, because suddenly this step-by-step process that they've learned by having a script isn't working out that way. And that can make somebody feel a bit, it can be unnerving. And of course, how you feel, you are going to transfer that to your prospective client. It's really, really hard. What you need to do is to have a sales process and a structure so that you can guide your client through the conversation. But what you want to do at every single stage is really focus on what your client is saying. Make sure that you're understanding it as well. And if you don't, you're asking them to unpack what they've said so you can understand it a bit better. And you're genuinely interested in what they're saying, because you're not focusing on what you've got to say next from your script. So I hope this has helped you to consider to ditch the script and start to have a conversation that's authentic, that comes from a place of genuine interest and wanting to learn about your client and how you can help and serve them. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.